Happy Wednesday to everybody. I thought good work today. We focused on the run game yesterday. Today we focused on trying to bring more pass rush at our offensive line, as well as improving in our pass rush. And I tell you, one guy that stood out that we've really challenged this week was Brandon Peely, and because he does have some unique pass rush ability as a big man. I thought he did a really nice job today. I'm looking forward to watching the film. From this point, tomorrow we've had 3 really good days of practice. Tomorrow we'll have an extra strength and conditioning for our guys, something that usually doesn't happen for our starters, but we're going to get an extra strength and conditioning. They'll meet with their coordinators tomorrow afternoon, and then we will give them Friday off and get back to work next week. So with that, I'll answer any questions that you got.
You got any update on Bubba Golden?
No, I have no new news for you.
Levi Jones has missed practice this week.
Yeah, Levi, we've got a little bit of some illness going around, and he's one of the guys. We've got about 5 or 6 of them that either got stomach bugs or flu-like symptoms.
What did you see from him, though, in the bigger role?
Say that one more time.
What did you see from him in the bigger role last game?
I tell you what, I actually brought it up in the team meeting that you never know when your opportunity is going to come about, and you always have to prepare like a starter. And Levi really had. I mean, every opportunity they got, he had been mixing in, getting, anywhere for both special teams and defense, getting about 20 to 25 plays. Then all of a sudden, John goes down, and you got to be the guy. And you look at the plays that he made 2 tackles for loss in that game. One on J.J. Taylor that I thought was terrific, shooting a gap before a lineman could get to him. And then if you go back and look at the goal line, they'll score a lot earlier if he doesn't catch him off the edge and clip his ankles before he jumps. So I was really proud of him, and that's what we tell all our guys. You never know when that opportunity is going to come. You got to train like you're a first-string guy, prepare like you're a first-string guy, and he made the most of his opportunity. It was really great to see.
Coach, in a bye week, what becomes your point of emphasis? What are you really looking to see out of your veterans and the blend of the younger guys as now they've had 5 weeks underneath their belt?
Yeah, I talked about that a little bit yesterday, and the things that we're trying to get done are a couple. One, I wanted our position coaches to say they've been with our guys 5 weeks now, and say, okay, this is one area that we need to improve in. All right, maybe it's offensive line capturing the inside shoulder tips rather than the outside of hand placement. Maybe it's the defensive line being able to use a particular type of defensive pass rush move. But take a fundamental or a technique and let's improve it this week. Let's focus. Let's don't try to do 100 things. Let's focus on the 1 to 2 things that that we got to get better for this up-and-coming game. That was the first thing with the vets. The second thing is those guys that are injured or dinged, being able to rest them up. We didn't have this luxury last year to be able to have a bye and to be able to get a couple guys healed up where they're just not, it's a nagging injury week after week after week. I think it's really going to help us. Our plan is to play for 8 straight weeks, and be back up north in Santa Clara, and that's a long haul. This was 5 straight. Hopefully we've got 8 straight. So to get them healed up is going to be important. Then the last thing is we wanted to be able to push and develop those guys that are right on the cusp for having to be Levi Jones and 1 injury away. Maybe it's an EA at Mike Backer. Maybe it's an Elijah Griffin at corner, a Greg Johnson at corner, at Chase Williams. To be able to get those guys that could be 1 injury away where the lack of the production level doesn't fall. And that's why you're seeing some of these live reps at the end, to be able to allow them to go and get those extra reps so we can coach them off tape and be able to get them ready for if their opportunity comes.
How have the younger guys done with kind of preparing to be able to fill in for that role of the 1 injury away?
I like where they are at. I tell you, one guy that I was really pleased with yesterday, I actually pointed out in our team meeting, was Marquise Stepp. I thought he's, for a big man at 230 pounds, I thought he did a tremendous job running the ball in a team emphasis run game. But hopefully those young guys are growing from this. You can see it really on tape, and we can coach off of it. When you're preparing for games, it's just so much harder, to be able to get them in there and get them the adequate amount of reps. This is a great week to be able to do that.
Josh Amon-Baby was doing some 11s. How close is he now?
He's getting closer. He's getting closer. You know, he's the pain is gone. Now it's just, you know, strengthening the ankle, getting comfortable with cutting. He's improved each and every day. Made some nice plays. I think his straight line is in good form. It's going to be, as you know, with those wide outs, sticking that foot in the ground and cutting on that in or out cut. Those are the things that he's got to get comfortable with.
Cam barely comes off the field for you. He's got almost twice as many tackles as anybody else. In what way is it even most valuable, do you think?
He's the quarterback of the defense. He's, you know, really there's two guys right now that it's hard to take off the field, and that's Cam and Marvell, the Mike and the Free. You know, because they are the communicators of the front and the defensive back group. They get everybody lined up. Those are the two quarterbacks, and I couldn't be more proud of what Cam's doing. It's the reason he came back. He wanted to, one, be a captain again, be a leader, be a guy that produces another championship and up his stock. And I think this extra year of gaining football knowledge, he's one class away from graduation, so he's truly getting to be a student of the game, and it's going to propel him not only for this season and helping us, but he's going to play this game a long time in the NFL.
Aside from preparing for Colorado this weekend, does the bye week afford you and the coordinators an opportunity to kind of take inventory on maybe what you're good at, what you're not good at?
Yeah, it is we call it self-scout opportunity of exactly what we've been doing, and kind of breaking us down like an opponent would break us down, and to be able to see what our tendencies are. Because sometimes you get, it goes back to, man, this is work to get it again. Well, they see that too. And unless you have a chance to just like kind of catch your breath for a second and say, you know what, we've ran this one run out of this formation. This is the only way we've ran it. You know, to be able to change it up with another formation or a specific motion to kind of hide it is a good thing. So it's a good opportunity for us to be able to go back and self-scout ourselves.
Do one more. What does that pass rush need to do to produce more sacks?
You know, right now I'm hoping for, and I said this last week, I'm hoping for a couple other guys to get in there. You know, we have the leader in the conference right now, you know, important with sacks, and you know, you're hoping that some guys can get there. Getting close. You see Jay Tufeli in the backfield on the interior every time. I can't wait. Christian Rector, I think, is getting close to being where he was last year and being a dominant force. I've challenged Brandon Peely because I know he can do it, and he showed it today. It was good to see, you know, the guy who keeps on, and he's slippery as all get out, is Hunter Echols. You saw him in the backfield a couple times last game, and he's going to get more opportunities because of how he's playing. So I'm waiting for that second guy to show up. We're working it very hard this week. We worked it extremely hard today. That was the focus of pass rush and pass protection today. That's why you saw the team blitz period and the one-on-one pass rush, and then at the end pass-oriented team. So we're working hard, and hopefully it'll carry over to next week. Alrighty, guys.
Thank you.
See you next week.